The first app I'm going to show you on my smartphone is called Chsdastrid. Chsdastrid is a program meant to take the place of a daily planner and is very, very easy to use. How you go about using it is by looking in the top left corner. There's a small checklist. If you click on that list, it'll go ahead and give you the options you see here in front of you. Now, I've got 3 lists on here currently, which are called chores, home, and work. If I go into the home tab, it'll show you everything that I've got currently under my home. I don't have anything, so let's go ahead and create one right now. The task we're going to create is called walk the dog. Now, since I should be walking my dog every single day, I'm going to make sure that I make this task a repetitive task. I'm going to make sure that I also set this as a task for me. By clicking on the task, I'm going to go ahead and get more options. When I click on due date, it'll let me set the date. Since I haven't walked the dog yet, I'll go ahead and make it for today, and I'll also set it every single day to go off at 5:30. I want this to repeat daily, so I'm going to go ahead and select every day. And I'm also going to select Remind When Due and add this to my calendar, which is part of the regular desktop of your iPhone. Now you'll see the other options on here. I'm going to keep the priority as low since it's not a necessity, but it is something that should be done every single day. I can add a description if I want to, and I can also add friends. So for instance, if I'm not able to walk my dog, maybe my wife is on a specific day and she can check off the list. You can add different pictures and comments to the thing, so I'm going to show you real quick. I'm just going to add a picture of my dog to walk the dog so that I remember this is my dog and this is the one I'm supposed to be walking, just in case I pick up the wrong dog. Once you've checked the box next to the walk the dog, it means the task has been completed. By doing so, you get basically a little thing that says great job and everything, and it'll also let you know that it's going to repeat on the following day as you set it to in this previous selections. This app is really good for being able to keep track of everything you need to do, as well as keep track of everything you might need to do for a specific task. You can create different types of checklists, or you can go ahead and just create a new list. By creating a new list, you can actually use it like a checklist and be able to basically put everything that you need to do within that task. For instance, right now I'm creating a task called, or a list called groceries, and I'm just going to basically put everything that I need to pick up at the grocery store into this list. Now, why is that important? Well, for instance, myself, I go shopping at Dominic's, Jewel, as well as Aldi, so having multiple stores makes it so that sometimes I'm picking up the same items at multiple stores and I just have way too many waffles. So if I've got waffles on here, once I go to one store I can cross it off without having to cross off everything on all the lists, and I don't have to risk losing the list if it's on a piece of paper. As you go through, you're able just to keep very quickly add the different items, and once you cross them off, they won't repeat, but it will show you at the very bottom of the page which ones have been completed. So as you check them off, it just basically will strike a line through it saying that that's something that you've already gotten, and it allows you or somebody that you've shared the list with to see everything that has been crossed off. So if my wife's at one store and I'm at the other store, we'll both be able to see that the task has been crossed off at the same time simultaneously because we're sharing that list. The program will automatically manage all of your files for you. It'll keep track of everything you've accomplished and keep it in its archive so that you can go back and see what you've done, what you haven't done, what you still need to accomplish, and what you want to accomplish in the future. And by going into the different actions, you're able to see these things. For instance, under my tasks, this week it tells me I have to walk the dog. In the future, I have to do other things. Things that aren't added to lists, it has on there, and things that I've completed this week are also there at the very bottom of the list. This lets me keep really great track of everything that I've needed to do. So right now I'm going to go ahead and create another basically task that I need to accomplish. So I'm going to go ahead and just create one saying that I need to finish and send this tutorial out to everybody. So I've gone ahead and created this. I'm going to go ahead and set the time. Because this is a one-time thing, I'm only doing this one tutorial for this program. I'm only going to make it so that it happens this one time. It's never going to repeat, so once I've finished the task and crossed it off, I won't have to see this again in the future because it's not something that I'm going to have to revisit. Because this priority is a little bit higher, I probably should move it up a little bit further, but for this case, I'm just going to leave it at low priority just because I know I'm going to get it done. And I'm going to also go ahead and say that I am not exactly done with it now, but it's something that I'm going to be getting done in the future. Another great feature about this is the search feature. What I really like about the search feature is, like, if you have a doctor's appointment but you forgot on when the doctor's appointment is, you can just go ahead and type in doctor and it'll automatically pull up all instances where doctor is part of the conversation, and it'll allow you to be able to check things very, very quickly without having to flip through your entire calendar. If you click on the profile picture at the very top of the page, it'll bring you to a settings section. Under the settings, you can do a lot of different things. It'll let you know how many things you've completed, how many things you have not yet completed, and under default settings, it'll allow you to basically fine-tune everything that you want it to do. What's really nice about this is that you can set quiet hours, meaning that you won't get any alerts like trumpet sounding in the middle of the night. So I've set mine between 10 p.m. and 8 a.m. just during the time that I don't want to hear anything. And you're also able to basically say whether or not you want reminders. Another thing that you're able to do on this, at the very bottom you'll see import Siri and reminders. That means basically you're able to bring everything that you've put into the phone already and import it into this program, and it'll automatically put it into the different sections. You might just have to shuffle things around. I'm going to go real quick over to my calendar and just show you that everything's been added on there. So by clicking on it, underneath each of the dates, you're going to see a dot. For one dot means that you've got one task, two dots means that you have multiple tasks. So you see that walk the dog is going to repeat every single day of the month from here on out. And basically that's Chsdastrid. It's a really great program. I encourage people to use it all the time. So have a great day, and we'll get going with the rest of this presentation.